Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Mm, no. Mm, yeah, there. I gotta show my pretty face. Mm. Oh, okay. So I'm a little bit narcissistic. So I'm a little bit ADHD. So I'm a little bit. What else can I say? Autistic? A spectrum level of it. What is it? High functioning? Asperger's. But maybe they deprecated that. Oops, sorry. So yeah, I got diagnosed that. So what else? Am I? So I'm this and that. So I'm a little lazy. Maybe I'm a really very lazy. So I'm not getting things done. So I gotta figure out what's important. What is important? Focus on that. Come on, let's focus. Focus. Hmm. Let's see. Maybe I gotta take this time to read my emails. Yeah, I'm walking the dog. That's why I'm shaking a lot. Mhm. So, hello, friends. Let's see. Enemies, kind strangers, and kind mothers. Screen. Enter screen. There we go. So I'm going to check in on my emails. You see anything important? This is my favorite email, gyrosophy at Gmail. Anything? I get a lot of junk mail, of course. I don't spend my time deleting it. Oh, account update. A link to my account. I'll check that later, maybe. Jail for Liz Cheney, June 5th. It's kind of an odd. Wait a minute. What email am I in? Yeah. Oh, I'm in the wrong email. So I got several emails I use. So I looked at this. The others I don't check too much. Oh, no. Okay. I paid Tiny. Oh, I got Gita class at 4 p.m. That's important, I think. Let's see. Let me throw this in here. So we're studying the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17. Let's see. See what he's saying here. Dear friends, chapter 17, relation of the CGP and the WQJ Gitas. So I know that the WQJ is I think his name William Kwan, uh, William Kwan Judge. I'm not sure what the CGP Gita is, but if you open it and go here, use Word. Oh, maybe I could convert to. Mm, no, I'll open it in here instead. This is my favorite PDF reader. Oh my goodness. My phone is down to, I don't know, I can't tell, 14%. I don't know, it went dark on me. Oh, you go there. Can increase the, can it just because it's being controlled by e-reader? Oh, I got it. That's what's wrong. Okay, so that's what it was. The e-reader takes over the brightness. So the chapter 17, that's the second to the last chapter. And it has to do with Shraddha, Shraddha, Traya, Vibhaga Yoga. Devotion as regards the three kinds of faith. Wow, interesting. Let's see. So that's the first page. Let's go on to the next page. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Well, they're not on the first verse, but this is the first verse of that chapter. Let's see. So I think Judge is the one in blue. I'm not sure. Hmm. Hmm. So talking about sattvas, tamas, and rajas. Sattva, rajas, and tamas. Tamas. I think it's pronounced. Hmm. It says, "What is the state of those men who, while they neglect the precepts of the scriptures, yet worship in faith, O Krishna?" What is the state of those men? I'm reading the blue. Who, while they neglect the precepts of the scriptures, yet worship in faith. Hmm. Is it of the sattva, rajas, or tamas quality? Or in other words, those who spinning scriptural prescriptions engage in sacrifices full of faith, what indeed is their condition? Hmm. Is it the product of sattva, rajas, or tamas? Hmm. Oh, spurning, not spinning. What those who spurning scriptural prescriptions engage in sacrifices full of faith. What indeed is their condition? Oh, Krishna. Oh wow, this hits me. So what it's saying is, so what's their condition like, or going to be like? Those who don't follow the precepts, like not to kill, for example, or not to lie, not to steal, not to uh, be involved in sexual misconduct. Oh man, I'm not too bad at those, but I can see that, like as Jesus says, those who in their heart lust for that beautiful girl in Instagram are committing adultery. Damn it. Well, I'm not married, but I do have a kind woman in my heart. And that she's in Spain right now, but I just had a conversation with her. Anyway, so maybe I've cheated on her by looking at beautiful women here and there. Okay, then that maybe ruins it for us. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. So, yes. So, what about those who spurn the scriptural prescriptions but engage in sacrifices? That's kind of a plus, and do it faithfully. What indeed is their condition? I guess condition as a mental condition, or maybe uh, karma accumulation, virtuous accumulation. Huh. Let's see. Let's look at this. So, so that was a question Arjuna asked Krishna, and Sri Bhagavan, that's Krishna, spoke. authoritatively. Well, let me read the blue. The faith of mortals is of three kinds and is born from their own disposition. It is of the quality of truth, sattva, action, rajas, and indifference, tamas. Hear now what those are. Mhm. Okay, so it's threefold, or there's three kinds. Hmm. Then Shankaracharya says in the red, the threefold faith is born of the sanskaras, made up of self-reproductive, latent impressions, the acts done in past births, which manifest the time of death. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's saying samskaras. Mm. So our faith, or maybe it's our tendency. It's it's uh, it's depends on our samskaras. Samskaras made up of the self-reproductive latent impressions of the acts done in the past births, which manifested at the time of death. Mm, 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 ah, mm, mm. So let me read that again. I'm not getting it. The threefold faith. Maybe he's referring to those just mentioned, or qualities. The gunas is the sattva is a quality of truth or light, action, or no, no. Rajas is the one for involves action, activity, energy, maybe physical energy mostly, and indifference. Maybe that's laziness. No, no, Rajas is not indifference. I'm trying to correct myself. Tamas is the one that's involved in indifference or tendency. It's our tendency to be indifferent, uh, to ignore something, maybe, or maybe to not ignore it, but then uh, mm, kind of store it away. Fat. Maybe it's Thomas tends to make me overweight. Okay, the threefold faith, the threefold faith. Oh, say, in other words, the faith in those three. Why would there be faith in them? The faith and embodied beings, threefolds. Okay, the faith. So we are embodied beings and we have three types of faith. It's born, it arises from our samskaras. Oh, what are samskaras? Samskaras made up of the self-reproductive latent impressions of the acts done in the past births and which manifested at the time of death. Hmm. 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 Previous or past? Previous. Past. Hmm. Okay. Uh, I will. I will study this later. But I want to get back to. Uh, You see, this puts that into it. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so let's open this one. Uh-huh. This one I can use Word. So, okay. Okay, here's a commentary by the teacher of our class. So I'm taking a class. You could say it's a correspondence course, and it can take a year or two. If it takes 2 years, that's good. Okay, so it's on the Bhagavad Gita. Mhm. And we're on chapter 4. And this was after we had looked over chapter 4, verses 33 through 44. And so the students, let's see how many there are. So there's Aaron, and that's one. There's, oh, that Scott is the teacher. There's Anno. She didn't submit her homework. Bad girl, bad girl. Or maybe it's a he. Dieter, that's two, right? Let's see. Jennifer. Oh no, bad. Oh no, Jennifer submitted her homework. Oh, and she's very methodical. She puts in bold the the suggested homework or exercises to do or questions to consider that was sent in the in the lesson or the study guide for the lesson for verse no the number 13 number 13 lesson, yeah, you could say, right? Lesson 13 of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so that was Jennifer, right? So that's three, right? I counted Aaron, uh, and someone else, and Jennifer. That's three. Jyoti is number four. So if you have did not were not able to send their homework or ah, um, five. It's five. Lee is number five. He's methodical too, just like Jennifer. Hmm. Mm. Hologram. Oh, she mentions Blavatsky, Fohat, the essence of cosmic electricity, vital energy, life force. Okay. Six, Madura. Huh. Starts out with an Om. Mm-hmm. See, is that Om? Seven? No. Seven, Peter. Hi, Gita Group. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. 8, Rakesh. Uh, mhm. Rakesh sounds like an Indian person. Mhm. Guy from India. Mhm. Mm. 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 9. 9? That's me. Yay! I get the impression that this section of the Gita gives an assortment of strategies or methods and gives each method's final outcome. So I wondered myself, could they not be listed in a hierarchical order, going from the most basic, resulting in common, relatively ordinary accomplishments, to the most direct way of attaining the highest imaginable spiritual goal? I imagine that outcomes range from temporarily reducing mundane suffering. Thus, in traditional Tibetan Buddhist view, out of the 6 possible realms for taking rebirth in samsara, running the lower births, those are hell realms, the unsatisfying realms as a hungry ghost, animal realms, to the liberation from samsara, or at least uncontrolled rebirths, ultimately the realization of the absolute or Buddhahood. I wanted a quick summary of this section, but organized from lower to higher aspirations, so I asked, and I got the following. You've hit upon a crucial point in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4. Indeed, presents various approaches or sacrifices, yajnas, their outcomes. While the Gita doesn't always present a strict linear hierarchy of these methods, this prescriptive do this first, then that manner, certainly implies a progression and ultimately points to the most effective means for liberation, realization of the ups. Let's arrange these strategies from less direct to most effective, keeping in mind that even the lower methods are valuable steps on the path. So, oh shit, what happened? Did my phone? Oh, I think my phone went dark because of the light. I hate that about this Samsung Android algorithm. When there's too much light, then it gets so dark I can't even see. Hmm. So I'm trying to bring down the hmm. Mm, I can't even see. It's darkened so much. I'm trying to cover it so that maybe it lightens up. Let's see. Well, oh, no, won't get come out of it. Oh, it's so dark. You know what? I got an idea. If I can do this. Okay. What? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, look at that. Hmm, I'm back. So here's the other phone. It's totally black. So I switched over to another phone. So I signed in to Zoom on another phone that has charge. And I don't know what happened to the other phone. I'm thinking of rebooting it. I know it had very little charge, maybe 12% started. See if I can reboot it. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, it's rebooting. See, I got it rebooting. Hmm. Okay, so where was I? So I could do the same. I could go into with my emails. Hmm. There they are. So there. So ah, there we go. So, yes, there you go. So I was reading mine because well, I won't share. I'll just read it to you. So where was I? It's pretty interesting. What I got Gemini AI to write. Mhm. Mhm. See, Rakesh. I'm scrolling down to my part. I could maybe. I'm in a Word document. No, I'm using a. Maybe I'm not using Word. I'm using hmm, what is it? I'm using Google Docs to read this. Mhm. Mhm. Sacrifice. I'm getting warm. So if we could organize some of the methods recommended in the Bhagavad Gita in chapter 4, in particular verses 22 through 33. So I asked Gemini, mm, like a quick summary of that section and of those mm, that 11 verses could be 22 to 33. I say so. Mm. So So I asked Gemini, what if we could arrange or sort or organize those verses? No, not verses, but the recommendations in the Bhagavad Gita, those methods or their practices, or maybe their attitudes. No, 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 no. I'm trying to. hmm, Okay. So, what if I could get Gemini AI, artificial intelligence, to look over the verses and organize them? I guess it could use whatever translation is available for Gemini to. I think I used Gemini. Maybe it was Copilot. No, I used Gemini. Uh, so I got it to to uh, organize them or list them and arrange them in a hierarchical order. Well, not from, yeah, you could say it's from lowest to highest, except I start off with the lowest. I want it to show me the lowest first. Lowest to highest, I guess. Lowest in the most effective way to attain liberation, moksha, nirvana, or enlightenment, or some high level whatever spiritual attainment that you want to consider aiming for in your spiritual path. So, so let's say for me, Buddhahood. Okay, so so start off. So as Gemini AI calculated that and did it and wrote out in nice English the following: You've hit upon a crucial point in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, especially verses 22 through 33. Indeed, presents various approaches or sacrifices. That's it, in quotes, sacrifices, which is in Sanskrit is the word yajna. Yajnas. I put an S at the end of yajna. Although Sanskrit doesn't actually do that. If it probably does something else. But for us, sacrifices, plural, you would put, if it's in Sanskrit, a sacrifice is yajna. So many sacrifices would be yajnas. So it put an S there. So it's correct for our way of thinking. So so the Bhagavad Gita presents several approaches, several exercises, no, several attitudes, no, several subpaths, several methods. I like the word methods. Several methods and to attain certain levels. So it's going to arrange all these methods and point out their outcomes. So is this method one produces that outcome, one, and so forth. And suppose, oh my gosh, the dog pooped. It's kind of a diuretic kind of poop. It's kind of bland. Anyway, uh, well, as I pick up the bag to uh, to contain the poop, so nobody steps on it. It's in the grass, public grass. It's not in somebody's lawn. Ah. Mhm. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, Gemini AI says you've hit upon a crucial point in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, especially verses 22 through 33. Indeed, presents various approaches or sacrifices, yajnas, Mm-hmm. Mm. Not only that, Yashnias and their outcomes. So, mm, so let's look at the outcomes, the methods, the sacrifices, and their outcomes. For example, let's start with the first one. I don't know how many there are. Let's see. Maybe there's, maybe because it's verses 22 through 33, maybe there's 11 of them. We'll see. Okay, so let's start with the first one. It's supposed to lead the lowest. So, because we got to keep in mind that even the lower methods are valuable steps on the path. So maybe we should apply all of them. Not at the same time, but all of them when we feel like it's appropriate to apply certain ones. Or depending on time of the day, maybe, or depending on my condition, maybe. Maybe there's ones that are good for when I feel energetic, and maybe there's ones that are good when I feel stagnant. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see. So the first one is mm, foundational qualities. Oh, maybe this is a group. Hmm. Part one is, yeah, is Roman letter I, part one. Then there's part two is Roman letter I. Just two. Mhm. So it's got a bunch of them. I wonder if there's a Roman letter I. Mhm. I don't see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, my iPhone went see. Yep, okay, 6%. But focus. Oh man. Hmm. See. This night shift. Night shift. No, that might not work. Oh, okay. Set it max. I can't see something. Hmm. Something happens to both Android and iPhones, I guess. I don't know why. Maybe it's supposed to prevent something. I don't know. What's the reason for that? Anyway, mhm. Okay, so it's in broken down into two major parts. It looks like. Mhm. The first part is foundational qualities for detachment and action without bondages. So these are foundational qualities for detachment and action without bondage. Action without interesting phrase. Action without bondage. Okay, so that's part one. Oh no, there's three parts. There's there's part one, part two, part three is the zenith. Hmm. That's interesting. I wonder if there's a part four. Hmm. Yes, it's a long summary of those 11, maybe more verses. So let's see. Does it Yes, it enumerates each verse. Yes, it's going to go over uh, 4.22 through 4.33, where 4 is the chapter and after the dot is the verse. So it starts off saying, so here's the foundational qualities for detachment and action without bondage. That's found in verses 22 through 23, the first two in the section of of chapter 4 of the Bhagavad Gita. So these verses describe the mental and internal disposition necessary for any action to lead to liberation. Mhm. The mental and internal disposition necessary for any action to lead to liberation. Mental and internal disposition. They are not distinct strategies in themselves, but rather prerequisites for any yajna to be truly effective. Uh-huh. Wow. So then it's enumerated several things. How many things did it enumerate? Wow. 10, listen, 11. Mm. Whoa. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, so yeah, it does go through verses 22 through 33. I don't think it goes over 33, but it mentions verse 24 and 33 as as something that can be described as the supreme form of sacrificing, encompassing and transcending all others. That's verse 24 through no, not verse 24 through, it's verse 24 and 33. So that is the zenith. Mhm. And then it mentions verse 25 and 24 under a title called, see number 10, offering oneself into the fire of the absolute Brahman, or absorption in the absolute Brahman karma samadhi. That's verse 24. So the method for that is it signifies a complete spiritualization of consciousness when one's consciousness is constantly absorbed in the absolute Brahman. Absorbed in the absolute Brahman. Uh-oh, I can hardly read it now. Then That's a bro. Then every aspect of action, the instruments, the suffering, the fire, the performer is perceived as Brahman. This is not merely intellectual understanding, but a state of profound realization. So let's say that in that case, one has pretty much attained Buddhahood, or maybe not quite. Maybe is at the point of getting it. Because everything that person does seems to be in sync with what Brahman would want us to do, and we do it joyfully, you could say. It produces great joy. Imagine that. Well, I'm just filling in what I think it might be like. But that is the zenith. But that was down the page a bit. That was like point number 11. No, no, maybe no, maybe lower, further down. Oh, hmm, frames, sacrificing. Oh boy, I got lost. Where is it? Where did it say zenith? Hmm. Okay, so four. So let's see. Let's go back to the top. So it goes hierarchical order of strategies. Num mm, Group number one that consists of one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11 points, maybe. And there's some commentary. Mm, damn. Wait a minute. Where I couldn't find where it breaks off to part two and part three. Okay. No, that's 11. Okay, the zenith. Okay, the zenith is a point 11, 10 and 11. Mhm, mhm. So that's point three. Hmm. Or level three. But now I'm going back to level two. Let's see, scrolling up to level two, see if I can spot it. Okay, level two is points 3 through 9, then I would say. Hmm. Right? Yeah. 3 through 9 is level two, and level one is 1 through 2. Hmm. Right? So level two is divine forms of external sacrifice. Before that, level one is foundational qualities for detachment and action. So this is kind of organized in a lamrim kind of way. So stage one in the stages of the path. Well, if you group them into three stages, it covers all the sub stages. Or well, they call them scopes, three scopes. The the first scope is the lower scope, and then the middle scope and the higher scope. So the higher scope is where bodhicitta is in bloom. It's been oh it's really unfolding. And level two or stage two or the middle scope. Well, the scope as in our capabilities. I think the middle scope is that yeah we're starting to, and maybe it's beginning to enter the Bodhisattva path, or maybe that's level 3. I think it's level 3. So level 2, we haven't become a Bodhisattva yet, you could say, but we are getting better at things. I don't know. I have to figure out. Well, the aim of level 2, or scope 2, the middle scope is the aim is what? To liberate oneself from samsara, right? So there's something even higher than liberating oneself from samsara, right? In Tibetan Buddhism, in Vajrayana, in this Buddhism that Lama Tsongkhapa, right? Lam Rim, right? Atisha, right? I think it came from Atisha. But Lama Tsongkhapa wrote a magnum opus, magnum opus, yeah, on his on Atisha's blueprint for the Lam Rim, and guys like Lama Tsongkhapa of Tibet, I believe he's from the 15th century. He wrote a treatise on the Lam Rim Chenmo. Chenmo means unabridged. You could say unabridged, or very, very, very extensive. And he also wrote a summary of it, and then even shorter versions of it, down to a short prayer for it. Maybe having 7 or 8 stages, covering it all, trying to. The most outstanding ideas from it, where the path begins with great reliance on my kind teacher, the source of all my attainments. Yes, submitting to a guru, a living guru, you could say. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay, so. Okay, 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 okay. Mm-hmm. Mm, mm-hmm. What happened? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to very. Oops. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, you be quiet. Okay, I got it. Mm. Uh, sorry, the noise. I'm dragging. Uh, 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 oh, 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 there we go. I don't know. Okay, I moved a big trash can with big wheels. It's bear proof, so the bears can't get into the stuff. So there, it was empty because the trash went by. When was it? Thursday morning. And it was left out until Friday morning. That's today. So I brought it in close to the home of my neighbor. Yeah. So the dog pooped twice. Mhm. Okay, so I'm gonna go over this report by Gemini AI. It's very interesting. I mean, I copied and pasted it, and but I myself have to read it. It's quite good, actually. I think. Okay, so I'm going to shut down operation. So that we can get some.